How's it going, glorps and glorpettes? Today I wanted to try and teach you guys some tech that you might not know in Garden Warfare 2. This is mainly just going to be like movement tech, because that's kind of like the main thing you'd want to know in this game, behind the obvious, shooting dumb idiots. So the tech I want to start with first is Bhopping. This is pretty much the most important one overall, as it kind of does play into some of the other things I'm going to talk about. And this is really simple to do. All you have to do is just spam jump. It's not exactly complicated, but there are a few quirks to this. The main one being that it does preserve and also help you gain momentum depending on the surface you're jumping on. So in the case of gaining momentum, it's just when you're jumping down a hill or like a slope. You can see I'm just going a lot faster now after jumping down the slope. And it is very important that you do not move at all when doing it, like just not pressing any movement keys or moving on the joysticks. And the reason for that is that it will just completely cut your momentum if you do it. So, as you can see here, I'm just jumping down, but then as soon as I move, it completely cuts momentum. Even if jumping forward, it just will completely stop what you're doing. Because I guess it's like the game overriding how fast you're going. That's kind of all for the Bhopping thing. The next thing I want to talk about is Bhop Reviving. This is kind of just an extension of the thing I just talked about, which you can figure by the name. I don't know if it has like a more official name or whatever, I just work here. But, pretty simple. Literally just start reviving and jumping at the same time. And you can just revive people while Bhopping. It is important to start jumping before you start reviving, or you just need to do it at like the exact same time. Because you basically need to be in the air, or you need to be jumping as you do it, otherwise you won't go anywhere. Because, I mean, you can still just do it while, like jumping, but it's not going to do much. So if you just do it at the same time, then you'll start, jumping. And that just makes it, much more effective. So as you can see here, I'm going to use Hyper, and then just start doing it, and it's going to work just as well. Much better even. You can still just jump around like a maniac, and you can still pogo P people while rezzing. It's kind of obnoxious, to be honest. And yeah, that's kind of it, to be honest. Obviously you can't, do it while in, a mounted ability or anything like that. Why am I getting taunted by Captain Sparkles? I'll do it as, a sunflower, just so you guys can, see how effective it is. So, look, I'm just gonna cross this entire area here, just rezzing that quickly. Honestly, the sunflower revive is just fucking broken. That is ridiculous that you can res that fast while, jumping around like a schizo. Okay, but getting stunned obviously takes you out of it. So yeah, that's kind of it for this one. There might be something I'm missing, but to be honest, I cannot remember if there's any other quirks to this. Like I said, you can look at the overlay in case you want to see the timings and everything, because it is very much exact to what I'm doing. So next thing I want to talk about is jumping into abilities. That's a good example of Bhopping right there, actually. You see how much fucking momentum that gives you, it's ridiculous. But yeah, so the next thing I want to talk about is, jumping into abilities. This is kind of a more situational one, but I still feel like it's pretty good to learn, as you can kind of use it to just help your positioning and, ability usage on other characters. So, I mean, to do it, all you gotta do is just jump and get into the ability at the same time. Like you saw there, it is a bit more precise than, say, the Bhopping or anything like that, but to be honest, once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy as well. At least, I think so. And I think it's a more interesting thing to use, because it does let you do some pretty wacky stuff. So say I wanted to, peek around a corner just to kill someone with Sunbeam, you just gotta jump and then get into it, and then you're in there like swimwear, and then you just beam the guy that's putting a pot down for some reason. Look at this really engaging gameplay. I love playing versus AI. I love playing against ChatGPT. Yeah, I'm sorry this isn't, the most perfect environment for testing, but, I don't really want to be doing all this shit in a real match. Because I'm, trying to explain shit, and I don't want some goon to fucking delete me. I think a more funny use case for this is definitely in the moon maps, or just in, low grav in general, just because, I mean, look at this shit, man. Imagine I'm sunbeaming. Well, see this engineer right here, I'm gonna fucking rock his shit. Eat. bitch ass motherfucker. Another pretty interesting use case of this tech is, that you can do it with burrow. I know, Chomper's a stinky cringe or whatever, but, I mean, you gotta admit, being able to get into, burrow like that and just jumping forward is pretty good. I mean, the reason you'd want to do that is just to cover more distance as you get into burrow. It makes it a lot more unreactable because of how, like, going into burrow normally just puts you at a standstill, and it's pretty meh, to be honest. Yeah, obviously it's kind of, more easy to see on this map, which is why I picked it. Wow, look at me, I'm very smart. But yeah, you can see, like, right there I accidentally failed to do it, so I just kind of, like, stayed still. And it's, like, very easy to just run away from in that time, and it can make the difference between, you know, getting a kill or not. That was kind of it for this video, Glorps. I'm sorry if I didn't cover everything. It's kind of like a random little video idea I had in my head at the time. And I was just thinking, you know what, there's quite a few new people playing the game right now, or, like, you know, ex-Garden Warfare players, like, they played the first one, or they played on console. You get the idea, you know, people coming back, because it's only, like, £2 on Steam right now. So initially this video was going to be a bit bigger. It was going to, like, cover some, like, more character-specific stuff, and, like, little, you know, little quirks that you can use to, like, get an advantage and all that. But I just kind of wanted to make this first video kind of just seeing the reaction to, like, a more tutorial, like, guide-based thing, and just get people's thoughts on it, and if they want to see, like, more character-specific stuff, or, you know, just that kind of thing in general. You get the idea, right? So yeah, I'd love some feedback and all that, and if I missed anything, if I got anything really badly, then, like, you know, leave a comment, and I'll, like, either, like, put it in the description, or make a comment myself talking about it, or just a follow-up video in general. But yeah, that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If I manage to get this out before Christmas, then, like, Merry Christmas and all that shit. Yeah, alright, that's all. Goat.